Hello and welcome to SCN Corporate Connect. I'm Jane King at the NASDAQ market site in Times Square. And with me today, Justin Jung and David Wheel, both of Alchemy Coin. So, Sir Justin, explain to me, what is Alchemy Coin? Like the one sentence description of the company, and then we'll kind of dig a little deeper into what it is you do.
Sure, no problem. So, Jane, thank you for having me here. Just to briefly summarize it, what Alchemy Coin is trying to do over here is we're trying to using blockchain technology to tokenize collateral debt obligation, also known as the CDOs.
Okay, and so now, David, you are kind of in familiar territory here at the NASDAQ.
Yeah, I am.
Vice chairman of the NASDAQ,
That's
right?
right, Old Home Week, yeah.
I can tell a lot of people here still know you. So you are an advisor to Alchemy Coin, correct?
That's correct.
And so could you talk about your role and why you decided this was a company that you wanted to be involved with?
Well, there's an enormous amount of youthful energy. They've raised quite a bit of money. They're well capitalized, which I think is one of the primary ingredients that's essential to getting out there and being first. And I think they have a very interesting vision. You know, the blockchain market lends itself to securities of different types, and this is square in that wheelhouse, in my wheelhouse.
Okay. Now, Justin, so I know that Alchemy can streamline the process of lending, and you say even double the entire lending industry. So talk to me about why you're optimistic about that. How will you achieve that goal?
Right. Alchemy Coin is very happy to join the upcoming blockchain industry, also revolutionizing and leading the debt financing world. What we're trying to do over here to differentiate ourselves is that we're trying to record all the loans that are going to issue from the Alchemy Coin platform onto the blockchain technology, the smart contract. So therefore, every loan will be more transparent. So therefore, people can really start to understand what's really going on within every loan that we're issuing. That's how we believe that will make the peer-to-peer lending platform to be better and also expand the peer-to-peer lending industry.
Okay, and you're using artificial intelligence and machine learning as well in your business model. So how do those fit into this?
Right, that's a very great question. The way we do it is we're trying to develop artificial intelligence, and within the artificial intelligence, there's two metrics within. The first metric, we call it the traditional credit metrics. What we do over here in the traditional credit metrics is we follow the procedures that every bank is following. So we look at the bank statement, we look at the credit score, we look at the social security number, stuff like that. But what we're trying to really focus over here is the second metrics, which is the social metrics. What we're trying to do over here, the social metric, is we're trying to analyze the borrower himself or herself as a person instead of looking at the borrower as a number. So therefore, what we're trying to do over here, the social metrics, is we're trying to gather information from borrowers' social media and the phone, the GPS location, something like that, legally from the phone, and then therefore analyze the borrower's behavior in order for us to predict the default risk and also predict the payment rate that this individual can have.
Wow, so that's how you're using AI
Yes.
to be able to determine that. I mean, that's fascinating. So let's talk a little bit more about that. Like, what kind of things can give you indications of somebody's risk for default based on their phone behavior?
Right. By the end of the day, what I'm trying to do over here, Alchemy Coin is really focusing on getting information legally, and then determine the credit risk, the default risk, and then predict the behavior from every individual.
So, and both of you can weigh in on this, like from a customer's point of view, how will this there's less friction, I assume, in the whole process? David, I mean, what will the end user feel?
Well, significantly less friction. And the other interesting thing about the block is that you can actually do smaller increments because of the automation behind the scenes, so that you can actually expand the market rather significantly over time. It's the cost effectiveness of processing information and through the technology and the execution on the block that effectively takes a lot of the human element out of it and makes it replicable and scalable.
Okay. Is this kind of the beginning of the end of money? Do we even need dollars and coins at some point in another generation or two? I mean, what's your big picture view of currency?
Right. Well, I think that's a great question. What Alchemy Coin is trying to do over here, is really focusing on using blockchain technology to revolutionize the peer-to-peer lending market. We believe that dollar will be a part of it, but what we're really focusing on is the technology over here, trying to make the peer-to-peer lending market in the industry a lot more better.
Okay, and now the token models come under some scrutiny, kind of get a lot of momentum late last year. The SEC got involved, wanted to
Right.
make sure everything was kind of on the up and up with a lot of the ICOs and the token models. I mean, are you compliant with all current obligations?
Well, so speaking for our approach, you know, at Wield & Co., my firm, we've counseled everybody to treat the tokens as securities, and I think that a lot of what was going on in the United States was wishful thinking, and even before Jay Clayton came out with his sort of conclusion that he hadn't seen an ICO that wasn't a security.
Okay.
We had months before that within our investment bank told everybody that we were going to treat all initial coin offerings and tokens as securities. So I think that, you know, the market is in the process of catching up. And in Justin's case, in Alchemy Coin, we've already raised money in a private placement, right? So there's no issue there, and from a securities law standpoint. And I think then as we scale and ultimately look to broader markets and public markets, then very clearly we've engaged counsel, and we would treat anything that we do as a securities offering. It's clearly the safest thing to do and the right thing to do. The securities laws are very well developed in the United States to protect investors, and we believe that investors deserve and should be afforded every protection that the securities laws afford.
Okay, and so then Justin, you've raised money already. You're looking to raise more, and then what's your plan with an additional capital raise?
Well, like we mentioned on the website, the alchemycoin.io, and also the white paper, what we're really focusing on after raising the money is, of course, expanding the business operation, like getting bigger offices, hiring more experienced employee. Also put some money into the product itself. Of course, have to develop and finalize it, also make it a lot more better. And also sales and marketing, business development, something like that. It's what we're going to use the money that we raised from the initial token offering.
Okay, and you mentioned the website. Let's hear it again.
Right.
So somebody can find out more information.
Definitely. Also, like I mentioned before, the Alchemy Coin is going to enter the next phase with the pre-ICO stage. It's going to happen 13 days from now. People who are more interested can go on to alchemycoin.io. That's our website. Also join the whitelist if they're interested into contributing.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much, Justin, for telling us the story of Alchemy Coin. Fascinating to see all this technology and how it's changing how we live. And thank you so much, David, for joining us.
Yeah, it's great to see you, Jane.
Well. And thank you as well for joining us on SCN Corporate Connect. I'm Jane King at the NASDAQ market site. Have a great day.